What is going on, you guys? It is your boy, Captain Jack Spearo. I'm super pumped about this trip. It's gonna be an overnighter. As you can see, this crystal clear water where I'm at is West End in the Bahamas. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and do me a favor, subscribe. That helps get the word out to YouTube that I'm around, and it is much appreciated. Also, if you guys want to do a little extra, if you've been watching my videos, taking a little thing from them, consider maybe joining as a member or also joining as a Patreon. That will help get a little bit extra money, and it'll go all towards the videos, which will in turn be better viewing experiences for you guys, because that's what this is all about, sharing my experiences with you so you guys can live and learn kind of through my eyes. So since we are in the Bahamas, we are only going to be using slings and pole spears. You've seen some of those in my other videos. I'll go ahead and link them up in the corner. Oh, we got Joey Antonelli over there. He's doing his little intro over there too. I'm gonna go ahead and link his channel up in the corner. He's a super cool dude. We've done a couple collabs together, but we crossed over kind of together, but we're going separate ways. He's going tuna fishing and we're going diving. So check each other's videos out, see it from different aspects of the trips in the Bahamas. We can't bring hogfish or grouper back to Florida with us. So if we get a hogfish or a grouper, we have to eat it here on the island tonight, along with hopefully some conch that we get. We ran over here on Spencer's 31 contender. We're gonna meet up with John on his 31 contender, and it's just gonna be an epic camping adventure, and I'm so pumped I get to bring you guys with me. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Nothing more to say then, but I'll see you guys out there on the water. And I'll be doing a little commentary also so you guys can get my point of view. So we'll see you out there. So we start diving in some 50-60 foot range. I'm rocking the Nomad pole spear, and I brought my little flasher setup with me, hopefully to bring in some pelagics. And it sure didn't take long. Spencer threw his little throw flasher, and a nice African pompano came in, and he landed the shot. I wasn't too sure on the shot, AP, because it was a little far away, but he was rocking his belt reel. The fish started screaming off some line, and I had to go retrieve his flasher because I knew he was going to be occupied with the fish. Now he's using the same setup as me, a Nomad pole spear attached to his belt reel, so he's able to give the fish a little bit of slack so he doesn't put too much pressure on the fish. We catch up to the fish. You can see him taking off right there after the fish, and I catch up with him in just a minute. So Spencer's kind of babying this fish on the line, which kind of leads me to believe that he might need a second shot. I load up my pole spear just in case, and then I decide to throw him the 2 sign to ask if he needs a second shot. But unfortunately, you'll see what happens, and I'll explain it as we go. He pointed off that a shark was there, so I went ahead and made a quick dive because I knew that shark would have attacked the fish. I go to line up on the fish, and the fish literally swims into my pole spear, which is kind of a bad situation because now I have nothing to defend myself with against the shark, and he does not lay off. With all this chaos going on, you can see my flashlight floating down to the bottom right there, and I'm not about to go get it because the shark literally just attacked it right there. So I'm going to have to cut my losses. There's a huge mutton coming in down below, and we're just trying to keep our cool, keep a hold of this fish, and you can see the sharks kind of start to cool off once we really get a hold of the fish and less commotion is going on in the water.
Nice job. Hold him up, hold him up. Hold him right by your face, yeah. Nice. Yeah, dude. Good start. Good. Yeah. All right, so that wasn't too bad for a first fish in the box. That was insane. God damn it. It's sharky. Dude, I like panicked and I tried to put a shot in the fish, and yeah, it was not a great idea. I should have just kept it was a good shot. I was just trying to I had my mentality that we need another spear in the fish, but in those 6 situations you don't, because it was a good holding shot, and yeah, I would have much rather have my spear instead of my fin to kick away the sharks, but got the fish, and we're gonna get back on the spot. Man, there's so many fish in the area, but that's some big muttons, dude. All right, let's go.
So we went ahead and redrifted in a little bit deeper of water, hoping that the current would kind of push us up onto the reef, which it kind of in the end did. I threw my little PVC throw flasher. You can see it sink into the bottom right there. A Spearo mackerel came in, but he's kind of small, not really showing him much interest. I made sure I grabbed the flasher before it gets down to the rocks, because those things really sneak into some cracks on the reef, and I'm afraid to lose it. I start sinking down to the bottom. I'm in about 60 feet at the moment. I spot a nice dog snapper off in the distance. He kind of is coming, quartering towards me. I sit there, just start descending down to the bottom, nice and calm, nice and cool, and I end up landing a shot in this fish. Now here's something you may or may not see me do. This is the same area where all those sharks just were. I grab that fish, I pull him close to my body so he stops struggling and no sharks show much interest in the fish. And literally the sharks didn't even show up because there wasn't too much struggle going on in the water.
It's a dog. I'm detached.
Now, as we move up a little shallower on the reef, we ended up spotting a nice black grouper on the reef. You see him down there in the sand. And I might actually pursue this fish because grouper season is off limits over in Florida, as well as hogfish. So any hog or grouper we get, we're hoping to cook up on the island that night. I had a nice little pursuit on this fish. Unfortunately, he didn't give me a shot. I wasn't too heartbroken about it because he was not the biggest fish, but also not the smallest fish. So I had no problems with letting him swim and just having a nice little encounter with him. But shortly after, nice Spearo came in, and I landed a perfect spine shot on this fish, and these things are great. Pokey, definitely a fish we're going to be bringing home to eat. Now, I think it's important to show you my failures as well as my successes. I think you learn a lot from seeing the failures because you know what not to do when diving. On this dive, there was a nice mutton that came into me. I never really was able to close the gap. If anything, I should have just been a little bit more calm and less kind of involved and interested in the fish, and just kind of relax down there, scratch it a little bit more at the bottom, and wait for this fish to come to me, because either way, I don't get the shot. I tried there, and it was kind of a failed last hoorah trying to get the fish, which was a total failure. Same thing here again. I really wanted to get a mutton. We were in a good area for it. I kind of showed the fish a little too much interest and just spooked him. This happens from time to time. Best thing to do is not to senselessly injure a fish. So we go ahead and move back to some deeper water. There was a monster Spearo that came into the flashers, super hot. I chucked out my throw flasher, and sure enough, that Spearo came in, hot to it. I line up the shot, plug the fish, grab the flasher, and give him slack as needed. Because I have that belt reel set up, it works out just perfectly. Spencer goes down to make sure I have a secure shot on the fish, and we're able to land it successfully. Some of the best advice I could give you guys for diving in the Bahamas is to make sure you have a throw flasher with you. Time and time again, I always see these Spearo mackerel come in, and if you throw that flasher, it is a 90% chance they will turn, make a beeline directly to it, and most of the time giving you an easy shot on a fish. And shortly after, John did the exact same thing with a very similar size Spearo mackerel. So we start doing some incredible diving. It's about 60 feet. We're grabbing conch for dinner for that night. I still see some Spearo mackerel, but we have about a half a dozen in the boat, so there's no need to shoot anymore. We're just enjoying the dive, kind of wrapping our day up. really love that we got into the big ones because less conch have to die in order to feed us. So we ended up getting about a dozen for 9 people, which was more than enough for dinner. So this is my very last dive of the day. It's kind of like a Hail Mary. We're kind of done diving for the day. I know the guys are watching my back. We're in 85 feet of water. I make the drop. It's kind of sandy bottom, but I'm hoping for either some hogfish, a mutton, something might show up off in the sands, kind of off the reef. Be sure you never do one of these dives without signaling to your buddy divers that you're going to go a little bit deeper. I told my guys I was going deep, so I know for sure they're watching my back in case I run into any trouble. I see a white margate off to the right, and then some cudas off to the right a little farther, and then I see a hogfish off in the distance. Usually, sometimes these things kind of run in packs, and that's exactly what happened. I get caught up looking at this one, then there's another one, and I can't really make up my mind, and then I decide to stick with my original hogfish I was going to shoot, and there was also a mutton off in the distance. I land a safe shot, start heading to the surface, feel really good at this point, not really too much struggling going on, holding my breath, so I go ahead and pull the fish to me. Otherwise, I would have let out some line on my belt reel. I have no problem making this dive. I've done it time and time. Get to the surface, my buddy comes up to me, checks on me, makes sure that my lips aren't blue, that I'm not struggling, and ended up being probably one of my favorite dives of the weekend.
So many hogs.
How many?
So many.
Yeah.
And mutton. Alright guys, we're calling it a day. We got some super fresh conch, got some fish. I shot that nice hog right at the end. I was at 85 feet and I was for almost 2 minutes underwater. So it was a crazy cool dive. So many hogs down there off in the distance, but I got the one. Either way, we gonna eat tonight. So we'll see you guys back at the island. Stoked on today. Lots of fish, more to come. All right, you guys, we're at the island, as you saw from that amazing footage. We're gonna get into the conch. Sun is working its way down. I'll see if I can film a little bit of us cleaning the conch. If you wanna know how to clean a conch, I'll go ahead and drop a link in the corner. It's a really good catch and clean and cook on how to do the conch. You know, we're just winging it, you know. Yeah, super pumped I get to share this experience with you guys. And all these guys. Okay, everyone, I got my hammock set up. We got the conch clean. Now we are gonna get into cooking them. Mike just arrived with the other boat, but look at this.
Hey, you had your time in the sun, bro.
Hopefully we get a fire going. We're gonna get cooking on the conch. I guess the guys are fishing, kinda. Thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for subscribing. I love it. I love this kind of stuff. Ooh, of course, Kevin caught a shark. What you got, dog? What do you think? What do you think it is?
Like a 5-foot lemon, 4-foot lemon.
Ooh.
When I got him right in the corner of the mouth, I got a mono leader.
Dude, you're mono in it. I think you might get schooled.
Heard me.
Get him, boy. Get him. All right, you guys, so we are all ready to start cooking, and I'll give you a little overview of what we're rocking with here. Got a little burner and stuff there. Fire starting over there. Got a light. I got these sweet little solar lights. Got a grill going. Yeah, we're gonna enjoy this mess. Oh, here, I'll show you. We're gonna enjoy some hogfish and some conch, so we're pretty psyched about it. You know it's gonna be good when John and Mike are cooking. Oh yeah, I don't think you can see anything because it's so freaking dark.
Going away.
Conch and fish. What do you think?
Awesome.
Hey, how about the awesome sauce right
Oh,
there?
yeah,
Awesome
you got
sauce.
Awesome sauce. Oh, look at that.
The awesome sauce is
Awesome sauce.
We're gonna go ahead and dig into this, chill by the fire. I'll see you guys in the morning, hopefully for an epic sunrise photo shoot sort of thing. And I'll also show you how I'm sleeping, what I'm rocking with, my little hammock setup. So see you guys in the morning. Good morning, everybody. A little windy today. I'm all set up in my hammock. I'll give you a little run through in just a minute. First, let's check out that sunrise. So we are kind of up and moving. I'm gonna show you guys my little setup here. Got the bug net over top just in case there were no CMs. The wind was pumping. Sleeping bag, towel is a pillow, and it packs up into this little tiny bag. All my stuff was in there. We're gonna go ahead and get after it today. I'll show you what's for breakfast, and we'll get the day moving. Good view you got. Oh, really? Conch? Oh, them tacos.
That's West End.
Woo. Yeah.
Yeah, those runners are
Pretty much all packed up. Some of you guys might think it's like kind of crazy doing this island hop in and sleeping with like bare minimum stuff, but honestly, I think it's super good for you. Get in touch with your nature side, be uncomfortable for a little bit. It helps build a little bit of character, and I mean, you don't have to go into an island in the middle of nowhere. You could literally just camp out in your backyard for one night, and if you don't like it, you can always go inside. I highly suggest that. Kind of get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Makes you appreciate things more. Excited I got to bring you guys with me on this trip, but I'm gonna go ahead and suit up, see some of the rays and sharks along this beach edge. And see you guys out there on the water.
So day 2 is going to be a little bit more of a chill day. But of course, right off the bat, a monster Spearo. This could have been a world record. Came in nice and deep. Unfortunately, didn't come to the flasher. He kind of spooked a little bit. I turned around, go back and get the flasher, and sure enough, a mutton comes in after the flasher. I try to be a little patient, but same thing, I kind of go after him a little bit too much, and he goes away. You saw me point to him. I was hoping Spencer was at the surface, could have made a drop, but he looked like he was coming into me, but unfortunately he didn't, and I kind of learned my lesson. I should have just dropped straight down to the bottom instead of kind of coasting towards him, and he kind of felt a little bit threatened, which caused me to miss the opportunity on this fish. So the rest of the day, I was just doing a little throw my flasher, retrieve it, and just kept doing that over and over. I did it on this dive. I threw my flasher, and a cubera came into it. You could see him kind of poking his nose at it. He was really interested. He kind of spooked, but I've known that these cuberas are very curious and very territorial. So I go ahead, sink to the bottom, I stay put, and he kind of does this like territorial ritual where he thuds and goes back and forth. He kind of comes in close. He gives me a shot, and I should have taken that shot right there, but my arm wasn't fully straight, and I probably would have slid the pole spear out sideways, and I probably was not going to land the shot or land a good enough shot to land the fish. I was hoping he would come in, give me a much better shot, but unfortunately, he didn't come in, kind of started coasting off, and I cut my losses and headed to the surface.
Day 2, not very exciting. Spencer got a nice mutton, had a couple tries at some cuberas. Kind of a slow day. We weren't really diving too hard, just hitting a couple local spots, kind of on our way in. We're checking out of West End. Now we're gonna punch through some serious waves to get back home. Fingers crossed we make it safe. I'll show you our catch back at the dock. This is our operation, getting it done. Juan's on yellowtail duty. Yeah. These guys are on give me stuff duty, and then we empty the boat. Spencer's just doing the engine. Like always, guys, thank you for joining me on this adventure. If you're new to the channel, go and give this video a thumbs up. Do me a favor, subscribe. And if you guys want to do more, if you really enjoy the content, enjoy the stuff that I do, enjoy the tips, tricks, everything that comes with it, please consider becoming a Patreon or becoming a YouTube member. I will leave everything in the links below. But if you guys have any questions or anything, comment below. And like always, guys, I will see you on the next adventure. Later.